And this is going to bring up Luis Torrens. I don't hate this. Luis Torrens, much like Santana, has a little bit of a natural lift to the way that he hits. He's pretty good about being able to generate fly balls even from low pitches, especially when he uses opposite field power. Look for Torrens to try to drive this out into right field, as that's a natural way at the stroke, and it's an easier way to lift the ball. They're going to try to pound him in on the zone to keep him from doing it, and that was the pitch right there to do it. Outside 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Lazinga missed his spot. The catcher set up inside. Pitch was on the outside corner, and that was the pitch to get it done on right there. I know I'm preaching patience with these guys, but I also preach look for the pitch in a spot. 0-1. Don't get into 0-2 here. And he does. Gets himself into 0-2. Just a weak swing. The amount in this extra inning affair alone, I think I must have counted about 9 or 10 just half swings, mid swings, just meek swings where they're not really committed to fully going through the zone. 0-2 now. Hits that ball in a line. Base hit. Base hit. Game over. Game over. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Are you not entertained? Luis Torrens, 0-2 count. I told you guys he's going to be looking opposite field. It's the easier way, especially when you're protecting, to try to just get the ball lifted out into right field in that manner. He did so. He got more in a line drive, of course, because the pitch is going to be low. Lazinga's going to try to keep that down by the kneecaps. Went with the pitch. The infield's playing in close because they want to prevent the play at the plate. They want to have a chance of the play at the plate. And Torrens, backup catcher for the Mariners, who has struggled this year, had just a tough time getting through, worked through a little bit of injuries, I believe, at one point. Manages to knock that one out and put to game, put to rest, put to close what I'm going to say is the game of the year here in Major League Baseball so far, and it will probably stand through the rest of this season. It's going to take one type of mighty game to knock this off. I know that they say that the fans are driven to the modern league baseball because of scoring and runs, and that's what they're going to like. And yeah, we all know chicks dig the long ball. But at the end of the day, a well-played pitching duel, two teams playing great defense, neither team able to make a mistake, nor either team making that dire mistake. Both teams staying on top of it, both teams doing what they could. Certainly I would have loved to have seen a little bit more with both sides of these teams trying to incorporate a little bit more small ball when you're getting a free runner at the start of the base. The old school baseball mind in me is just screaming up at the clouds like the old man saying, "Get off my lawn," when I watch these teams swinging away with no outs and a runner on second. But nonetheless, there has been a common element you've seen of this Mariner team, and it doesn't just go back through the span of this season. You've seen it through the course of now the last two seasons. It's part of why we think this team might be built just a little bit more differently than the teams of the last 20 years. Because of the fact that resiliency is always seemingly there. They told us last year, it's the run disparity, and you guys having so many wins and run-won games. This can't be sustainable. There'll be a regression to the mean, certainly, by the next year. You guys will fall back down to earth from these heavens of close victories. But indeed, that has not been the case this year. And indeed, they have continued to show that resilience because it is not by happenstance or luck. It is not by some fluky stat. It is because you play a type of game in the way you play it that's going to lead you to closer affairs. And when you get used to playing in those type of close games, you don't get as tight as on more often than not. You stay a little more looser in those situations. You're anticipating something good to happen as opposed to waiting for the bad to occur, which is what often happens with bad baseball teams. This Mariner team once again showed you tonight. It took a long time to get there. The starting pitchers out there were just working magic. They were pumping the zone, working in different pitches. When they needed to make a pitch at a certain time, they didn't even really get themselves into much trouble, did Castillo or Garrett Cole on the other side of it. It was masterful performances by both of them in that respect. And the bullpens as well, you got to give props to either side. They had, again, no room for error. None of these guys coming in could do anything bad. And I think I almost low-key want to give Matt Brash player of the game here, not only because he went two innings, kept the Yankees out with having a runner in second in both of those two innings. That's amazing. But that play that he made on the comebacker up the middle where he's got the glove going behind his back, picks the ball, and then has the cognizance at that moment to then look back to second rather than just go quickly to first, which is a natural instinct as a pitcher to do. And then looking back at second, which the second baseman didn't have to go, there wasn't a force out, but he caught the runner on second, leaning a little bit further, and that's such a huge out there to go and get at that point, getting not only that one, because then it also led, of course, to the runner from first, who after you get the chase down there at second base, then you've got the runner from first going to second, and you get 2 outs in that play. An amazing play, one of the plays of the year as well, on top of being game of the year. This is why I like watching baseball. I love watching runs scored as well as anybody, but I'm a pitcher in my old school at heart, and watching these guys work like they did today, vary it up, hit different locations, not make it easy on these hitters. To me, it's a beautiful thing. It's like a well-worked art that you're getting watched as far as a mural goes. But what a game. And Luis Torrens, he's just got doused. He's wearing the Spartan-looking helmet. Big smile on his face. You got to give your nod to him for coming in there and giving you a big at-bat there and getting that base hit. Down 0-2. You know he's thinking, God, I can't strike out here. We'll get 2 outs. Manages to get the barrel of the bat in the ball. Something I say very often on this channel is if you get the barrel of the bat on the ball, good things happen. Devin says, wow, totally worth falling asleep, getting up to pee and watching the last 2 innings. Awesome. My blood, the Seattle Mariners, after 13 innings. That's right. William Alexander, it's over. We got the win. We got the win. We only got one, but one was indeed truly enough tonight. What a big win by your Mariner team today. Props to them. Great job by them. Man, I'm loving doing these streams, and boy, this just makes it all the much more funner when you get this kind of game. 2 of the better teams in the American League, 2 teams that are looking to have playoff aspirations, 2 teams that no doubt may end up facing each other down the road, and both going tet for tet, punch for punch. This is like watching two sluggers in the middle of the ring, and each one's just taking their turn to take their swing at the other, and both of them are just trying to lay haymakers. It was awesome to watch.